Welcome back, I am FrozenMelon. So we can do a Let's Play of Hades. So we are now going for a sword run this time round, and as for our trinket, I'm going to get the coin purse, have a little bit of gold to start off with. So let's jump into the run.
One more time.
Okay.
I have to tell you something, little Hades. My relatives and I, we've been holding back one of our greatest gifts to see if you were worthy. And you are. My aid is yours. So call me if you need anything, especially to smash your enemies to bits.
Oh, what's this?
So with these ones here, this is what we class as a cool, so it's kind of like the extra ability that you get, which is kind of automatic with a certain number of runs that you've done. So basically, this ability will charge up over time, and then I can use it to, basically as it says here, to become impervious for a certain period of time, and also cause sort of impact damage to my foes. So, quite a good one.
At my beck and call.
You can see the call, I can use it quite early on there. It's going to get demonstration, but I'll save it. But you see the bars now in the corner has now been emptied out because the room is cleared. So let's jump in and grab a key for the next run. So I hope everyone is doing alright today. So as myself, I just finished off recording the Priest Arena run, which unfortunately we did end up losing, and I say if you want to know kind of what we got out of that afterwards, so you're more than welcome to go and watch that video, which I do encourage.
Back to dust.
I hope everyone else is doing alright at the moment. So I get a bit of time at the moment just to cross a few videos and take a bit of a break with sort of work, as I've got a few more extra days at work at the moment, which has been a little bit longer. So it's just nice to have that bit of free time. Oh, and we get a bottle of nectar for this one.
What's that portal thing there on the ground?
So that portal you see kind of that was in the corner a moment ago, so this thing over here. So this is something that we can do, which would be quite nice to start off with.
The perfect gift.
So as you can see here, by going near it to descend into the portal, it does cost 21 life. And yeah, might as well, because I don't really fancy that ping just yet. But we'll go in here.
So all I need to do is sacrifice some of my life essence to go in here. I don't see why not. Who or what is that?
Okay, so you can see this is the realm of
Within
chaos.
the underworld's quietest, most solitary, darkest abyss lies hidden evidence of the beginning of all things, of chaos, the most ancient sculptor that has shaped this world.
I'd best take all the evidence I find.
Okay, so this is also a boon that does come from chaos. So let's see what we get here.
This is not someone I recognize. So, in the name of Hades, hello? May I ask who's calling?
The Olympians have all grown soft. Would you not agree?
Have we met?
Oh, we have met, in a way. I know everybody here and there. You wish to leave this place, and it is my wish to make your doing so a little bit more interesting. And if you encounter the Olympians someday, do give them my regards.
Okay, so with chaos you get sort of different types of boons here. So essentially you'll get a disadvantage for a certain amount of rooms, then once it's cleared you'll then get the bonus that is on here. So on this one, the first one, we do get basically more gold throughout the run after our total life is going to be being reduced to 4 encounters first. Then we've got 3 encounters where every time we do use our special we take 3 life damage, and then we get more attack on top of that afterwards, which is what we'll probably end up going for. And for the next 3 encounters, basically I face more enemies, but then my dash strike will deal more damage. So it's one of those things where you kind of get to choose between. everything here. But we'll take the Blade Strike here.
I'll have to withstand the whims of chaos to extract the benefits a few chambers from now.
And let's go jump into the next room. So what the boons kind of do, they force you into a playstyle for a certain period of rooms, which isn't that bad. I said it just means the fact that I can't use my special for a little while. But it's one of those things where if you do rely on one particular attack to cause damage, you don't really want to be using the boon that kind of disables that attack or causes you damage when you use it.
All clear.
Pick up the key, and then we got something from Poseidon with a boss fight, so let's go.
You lads again, huh?
But Warwick's been pretty busy at the moment.
Got to hang on.
Oh, that's not bad. Which is probably a good and bad thing at both times. So sometimes it just feels like you're being run ragged. But at the same time as well, it means at least kind of stuff is still going well for everything else as well. Here. Yeah, but I hope everyone else is actually having quite a good week at the moment. So for most people, it's probably going to be the beginning of the week when you'll watch this when this video goes up. So, well, let's hope last week was all good for you.
That's what you get.
Say, word has reached me that you squared against one known as Theseus, now champion there in Elysium. He was a handful even when he lived. So much so that my honored brother Zeus, he took to calling him my son. Can you believe the nerve?
So my attack deals more damage, which in this case I'm going to go in all in on attack, and it knocks away foes, which is quite useful. Let me get some darkness in the next room. Yeah, I haven't really played any more sort of Pokemon Unite fairly recently. Just been going on there doing sort of the daily challenges.
From chaos has a new effect.
So now you see there the Chaos Boon has changed forms, so now I do get the extra attack damage as well. And with this I don't really have much gold to get anything else other than just a boon. So in this case I might just go for the more life.
What?
That's a challenge room. I do get to use my special now, which is quite nice.
Father.
Just trying to take the range units out more than anything else. Careful there.
A few more moments.
Utterly
Okay.
incompetent.
Well, that's better.
But as much as sort of these videos going up at the moment, so they don't really get much in the way of interest, which I don't mind. So I may do them just the fact that it is something for myself really, to have something in the pastime. So, but if there's anything that people do want to kind of do series on, they feel a bit more interesting or things like that, I don't mind taking some ideas from yourselves. So you can always leave a comment down below. But I will keep up with sort of the Hades. I quite like enjoying it and doing sort of recorded runs all the way from scratch. Just kind of idea and see my own progression through the game. I think it's quite nice. Saying that though, I know that there are some other games that I wouldn't mind kind of doing series on as well, so other types of rogue flights. So if I do get a bit more time to do a bit more recording, so it could be something I could do in the future. So your attack restores 2 health per hit, but then I only have 6% health, which I think is actually going to be something I will take. So it reduces my health down. Yeah, we'll take that there. What do we get? So my encounter god gauge. Yeah. So if I start with more, over 1 god gauge for the next few encounters. Oh, we get an event.
Your Highness. Hey, Prince Ed. Must look like I'm slacking off with the old boulder here, but I was just getting back on my feet. The Fury Sisters don't often leave me be. Where'd they go, anyway? And, what are you doing here?
Well, you know, just out on a little stroll is all. Do me a favor, though. You see the Fury Sisters, let them know I was headed down the way I came from, will you?
Oh, I'll let them know, all right. I hear you loud and clear, Your Highness. I'll just go about my business now and...
So here again, I'll take the darkness,
I got you
just because I
covered,
think
Prince.
it can be useful
More
to upgrade
darkness.
my abilities early on. But yeah, so you get an encounter every so often in certain kind of stages. There's only one in every stage. It can kind of give you some nice side benefits. And we got the shop here. Swords Karen.
Charon, mate. Now, hypothetically, if I provided you with, say, 1,000 coins, would you be willing to give me a ride in your beautiful boat? Upriver, I should say, specifically. I had to ask.
And here, with the gold I got, I'm going to take the boon,
Always a pleasure, Charon.
which I will take the extra life here.
Let's liven things up. Who doesn't love this stuff?
And then take the key as well. I think it's going to be quite useful. And let's fight off against...
Hello, Meg.
What are you doing, Zagreus? The underworld is sealed off. What you're attempting is impossible. You've seen what happens when you go too far.
This place can't stay sealed shut forever, Meg. In the meantime, I thought I'd get some practice in, you know?
I'm not your practice partner, fool.
That would be an interesting challenge to do there. Only ever using the traps to kill stuff. Yeah, but I'm only playing a little bit of Pokemon Unite at the moment, so I've gone off it a little bit, just with sort of the frustration of just playing certain games and having
One for the little man.
these teammates that don't quite understand the principles behind how to do well in particular games or sort of rotations to make, especially sort of the higher ranks. Because you're still in that sort of category where you kind of do get fed a certain amount of wins anyway, and all it takes is a bit of play time to get up to at the moment. So we'll do the call here.
How did you...
Oh, and we do get an achievement for that that popped up. That's quite interesting. As sort of the lifespan of these sort of runs at the moment, I am not too sure how long I'll probably end up keeping up the series for. There is a particular point I kind of want to get to at the moment, where I think I'll be kind of happy leaving this series, but if it does get a bit more popularity, I might do sort of maybe an all achievement run with it.
Be seeing you around.
Or maybe going to like a particular different point that I'm thinking of in my head. But I said we got the Titan blood here. Let's go to the next stage.
Go on and try.
So I'll keep both of those boons there. And I'll pick up the random one. So passive deals, yeah, so more damage from behind foes, which would be quite nice.
See you, Tartarus. Good. Change of scenery, at least.
Okay, let's see how we can do here this time round. Be a lot better than the first run. Like I was saying before, there are some sort of other games that I would love to do sort of some series on or things like that as well. I don't know how they're going to fit into my schedule to do them at the moment. Sort of with how I do work, as well as sort of keeping up the regular videos of Hearthstone, which I just like doing to pass the time. One thing as well. So take the gems here.
Moving right along. Inferno bombers. Oh, damn it.
I'm thinking this run is actually quite a good run at the moment, providing the fact that I keep healing, plus I get the Impervious, so I could pretty much stay quite close to enemies quite easily and just deal more and more damage to them.
Here?
So I would like to say I might have a slightly OP combo. The only issue I have at the moment is the fact that my attack keeps pushing stuff away. There. But at the moment, so there are a few more other games I kind of play on the side which I kind of picked up, which I haven't done for a while. So whenever I do get a bit of time, I do like sort of chilling out in certain games, which when I get the opportunity, it's just quite nice to go through. So with the Game Pass at the moment, I'm going back through sort of Final Fantasy 13, which I think when it was released at the time, there were sort of things about where people didn't find it as quite as popular, because a lot of people do like the Final Fantasy games for that sort of free roam aspect and that grinding as well, which this game kind of limited a bit more.
I see you've made it all the way to Hallowed Elysium, cousin. A significant way toward the surface, and if you could get there the one time, surely you have what it takes to do it again, and overcome the dangers that await therein.
So my special can deflect is something I would quite like, so that's what I'll pick up here.
Athena's power.
So what boons do I have at the moment? And I pick up, so I could take a boss fight or go to a shop. Don't know how much gods, so I'll take the boss fight. Yeah, because I think that game, so if you've all played it, I won't
Time
spoil
for
too
another voyage
much,
aboard the barge of
but
death.
it takes a while before you get to sort of that free roam aspect, and you kind of have like an area to go through which you can use for grinding, which, you know, isn't that bad. The only issue is if you continue on with the story, which the game kind of, in a way, kind of, you know, points you towards to go and do, you don't get the chance to go back there. So if you aren't kind of aware of it beforehand, you can easily make the mistake of kind of, yeah, just saving and overwriting your save like you normally do, and then you can't go back to the grinding stage. So I think that kind of got a lot of people fairly annoyed at the point, because yeah, after that point you gotta go back and then either do grinding on enemies in particular areas by doing essentially a save and reload technique. Just basically save the game, reload, enemies respawn, or going out their area range, which is very time consuming. And sort of the battle mechanics, I don't think people were that too fond of, but I quite enjoy the differences. I said every Final Fantasy game always had something a little bit different about it compared to other ones, and it was just a new way to play the game, which was always quite nice and enjoyable to go through.
Oh, no way, Zag. Looking like you got yourself a gift from old Poseidon there. He's quite the catch, but here, hope you saved some room for more.
So, man, that's quite nice. I get a 50% healing if I can do that. My cast does the festive grog. So, I don't mind the festive grog. The only disadvantage I find with it is it doesn't do the poison effect, considering the fact that everything else, or the hangover effect, because everything else that he does the hangover effect. But I think having just a 50% heal to start off with could be good. I'll take the cast. Stunning enemies in the area is going to be a lot more beneficial to me in the long run. Plus it deals a good amount of damage. So I might start thinking about getting rid of the Poseidon attack buff at this point, because it's working kind of against what I want to do with this particular ability. So the damage bonus is nice. But yeah, it's kind of getting it in the way of things. Like, I don't want to knock everything back every time I hit it.
Yet?
Yeah, but I'm starting to get lazy now because I can see I'm taking more and more damage. So I do want to try and increase my health as much as I can, really. Which in this case, I don't have enough for an automatic boon for the later stages, so I'm going to try and take the gold here. Get more coins for later on. Because I want to get something for the shop that's going to be pretty decent. Maybe just the health buff, really. Get the health buff, then they can almost become nigh unkillable.
What do we have here? Coin for Charon.
Yeah, I do like my time going back through and then playing the Final Fantasy games. So it's quite nice to pick one back up. Like Final Fantasy 12, I quite liked as well. I remember trying to do on my PlayStation 2 at the time, trying to get a very high completion on that. Like, I try to go through without a walkthrough, and trying to find every little cubby hole, every little kind of secret area, trying to complete as much of it as I could.
Just what I need.
Why, hello, Hoss. Odd that we're running into one another here. Among the words of my professional associate, I mean. Must be some sort of clerical mistake.
Okay, so I regain more health after I dodge, which again, I can dodge more. Or I can hold my cast fire in rapid succession, which won't do much. I'm dashing quite a lot to take the quick recovery.
Taste of Hermes.
Because any extra life back I get at this point is going to be more benefit to myself in the long run.
I wouldn't mess with me if I were you.
Pop those up. So again, it's nice to have the deflect, because later on this boss can do some of that sort of like rapid fire attack, which is quite nice, the fact that I have the deflect and I use against it. So I can just kind of like stand behind one of the pillars and just spam the special.
Decided. I'll ride the wave, nephew.
So that's the call that I get here, which was quite nice to use. So you hear that audio tune just to show you when it's about to run out as well, which is quite nice. Okay, so he's going to do that attack. Ah, that's annoying, I don't want to do that. So I just took too much damage there. And actually they do quite a lot. I did not notice that. That's 7 health per pop they hit me for, and I don't have much of that health to begin with.
Decided. Here comes a real water power.
So come on, spawn before you run out, or at least get as much damage on you as possible. There we go. Clear these up. So all that's left now is just to kill the Hydra off here.
Got me good.
And there we go. That's the Leviathan defeated again. Well, that's right, the Hydra. I always keep forgetting that.
Good, no more heads.
And we got another gem or diamond. Let's go to the next stage.
You're going nowhere, boy.
Okay, so get nothing that I really want on there at the moment. But I am going to sell that to remove the knockback.
To the top. Check.
The knockback is becoming a bit more of a problem for me, because it keeps knocking enemies away from me when I really want to be staying close. I can just deal damage and heal and
Much
tank
nicer
through.
climate.
So I will get rid of it.
Just need to storm my way through that eternal paradise.
And we'll take the weapon upgrade on here. Ooh. Yeah, again, I'm still, because with that triple hit that I do for the combo attack, it does have a knockback to it. It does keep knocking them out of my grog, which is slightly annoying, but... Yeah, I do have a good amount of sort of other peaceful games I just end up playing. Does damage to armor, dash strike deals more damage, hold attack to strike rapidly, dealing more damage. Actually, that's going to be quite good.
Done and done.
Stop the knockback from happening. And we'll take the extra health here, more health the better. Yeah, I said I only pick up like a good amount of games just to relax on, which was quite nice. Like whenever I get a little bit bored, I said I still do it now, especially because it's an old habit from university myself, where I'll end up just opening up Minecraft, loading up a world, and then just randomly building and creating stuff in survival mode for like ages. And I normally set up a world up like once a year, or normally once every sort of update cycle. Just for the fact that I can kind of just mess around in it, and then just sort of developing certain farms, doing things like that, just collecting those materials. So on my phone, I normally have sort of Genshin Impact at the moment that is up on there. I do play through that, do my daily quests, things like that.
I feel stronger.
Which I always enjoy doing.
Long spears.
Like as for sort of major games, I'm not a person that tends to min-max that all that much. If I really like a game, I tend to get in that sort of semi-completionist attitude, where I will kind of want to find every little secret and every little cubby hole with every little aspect of it, and even then, I just feel like I won't be that satisfied. I remember some of the first games I did that with were pretty much all the games on PS2 from the Ratchet & Clank series. Just, I love the fascination of the grind and just constantly upgrading the weapons, getting them maxed, doing all the extra hidden challenges and stuff like that for it. Yeah, and finding all like hidden bolts and saving up like a stupid amount of bolts in that game. I just remember, especially on the Ratchet & Clank 2, just the moment that I ended up getting the Sheepinator, I was just like, stuff it, that's how I'm going to defeat every enemy. I'm going to go around and sheep everything. And I think that was the first game that kind of made me want to complete everything, because I think they did do the arena challenges on that one that weren't really in the first. So you could just go through and complete as many challenges as possible. So go to the shop here, just because I want to get, hopefully, some extra health. Which do pick up. I'm going to sacrifice the boon here because I want to get some more gems.
I'll hang on to these.
And I won't take this one, I'll take the Aphrodite buff here.
You have met the champion, the king. Let us see if you are fit to face him once again.
You mean face both of you together, which doesn't seem particularly fair.
Life isn't particularly fair, short one, nor death. I'd have expected you to know as much. But here, have your fair fight.
That's funny. Just calls him out for it and he's just like, and so what? Like with games, I think as long as you have fun in the game that you play, regardless if anyone else has fun playing it, it makes no difference what games you play. I said there's always those games where, even though I've played them myself, there are ones where I know they weren't good games, but I had fun playing them. And even now, like, I'll see that game and I'll be like, oh, I remember playing through that. And then there are other games that I did at the time, didn't know they were as good as they were. I played, but no one else ever played. I think there was one game, which again, I think around the time I think I got the Xbox, which was called Vanquish, which I think they did a remake or a remaster of it. Which I actually loved that because I kind of sliding combat with the sort of bio suit or whatever it was. Just the fact that you're just sliding around everywhere and then just coming up and just annihilating everything. I mean, a true power fantasy game if you ever saw one, but still. And it's like, I remember getting that game and being like, why have I not heard about this from anywhere else? And then for myself, that's sort of...
Well done.
So it was different in the times as such.
This round. Hi, Aphrodite.
You've had a brush with Megara the Fury, haven't you? Oh, I know a thing or two about that one. Though lately we Olympians no longer mingle with those living in the underworld. You're the only exception.
Your rewards healing's worth more. After damage still weak to your foes. I don't really want any of that. So I guess max life worth more. And we get life straight away next one. That's a coincidence. Should always check that.
Great shields.
Oh, there you can, and you. It won't let you check the rewards until you pick up boon, which can't let you really plan or strategize out that well. Yeah, so this run isn't very exciting anymore because, yeah, I've got the pretty much set up of I stand here and hit things.
Not good.
Just take the rush here, we got it. Just wipe those out. So you saw that I did do my call a little bit earlier. So I can do like a mini version of it rather than the bigger version.
Better.
So I'm gaining more health back now, so almost back to what the health we had before. So again, I will take the nectar bottle here. But yeah, I mean, for people watching these videos, is there sort of any games that you kind of like yourself, or just going, you know what, I really like this game, and no one has ever heard of it. And then like later on you find out that the game was like really good, and you don't really know why you never heard of it. Because maybe it was like squashed by or sort of the more mainstream games that ended up coming out, like the Call of Duties, things like that, and it just never kind of got its time to shine as such. or it's just one of those games which is sort of just has its own little following, and just like it is just that good of a game. It's just no one's ever really recognised it. I will say I have seen some like buggy messes in games before, and if people want to watch me sit there and buy some of these like proper full-on games that are just absolute messes and try and literally play and break through them, see how much damage I can end up doing to the game itself, I don't mind. Let me know, see what can happen, and give me a list of games, and who knows, I might start making some videos on them. But because I have seen some absolutely awful ones. One of those ones where after you played it, you're like, what on earth? Like, you have to think to yourself, like, someone actually sat there and developed that, and no shame to the developers, it's that they do work really hard.
Perfect.
Whether it's just sort of management decisions, creative differences, or whatever happened, just something didn't work with the project, and kind of that's how it ended, which can be a bit of a shame.
Flame wheels.
But then seeing games like that sometimes, it just kind of, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you ever just go and watch bad movies just because they're that bad, they're good. Or even if they're not like that bad, they're good, they're just literally bad. But it's just fun to go and watch them. It's like, it's that sort of feeling. And again, you can only find like those particular bugs in those sort of games that you won't find anywhere else.
Lady Aphrodite.
So the coin purse ranked up, and say our attacks now deal weak, which is going to be quite nice because that's an extra 50% bonus damage as well.
I needed one of those.
Yes, we did. We'll take the 45 here, maybe get it anyway. No, we don't. We just get more health back. So we'll take the bomb here, upgrade my abilities, maybe get more attack on my attack. So I can't really afford anything from the shop.
Olympus.
And that is what we'll do. And again, against the bosses, the delinquent duo.
Asterius. Theseus.
So, the fiend returns to challenge us again, Asterius, despite having experienced such a thorough thrashing by us last time.
You know full well that wasn't a fair fight. Face me yourself and we'll see how you fare.
Silence, you monster! I'll hear no more such wicked lies, half-truths, or quarter-truths. You, however, soon shall hear my blessed spear. Specifically, the sound it makes whilst sliding into your exposed midsection. Defend yourself!
That's kind of funny. Because they always remember every fight you ever have with them, which is quite an interesting thing, and they'll always have like comebacks and bits for it.
Are you yet fearful for the inevitable end to your foul quest?
It does make me chuckle. So games like these, as I said, it's one of those things where you do really appreciate the sort of character writing. And the voice actors just do such an amazing job of capturing the personality of that character as well. Let's avoid some damage here, trying to heal up.
Thank you, thank you. Now it is abundantly apparent that you are beneath me, fiend.
attack my nephew.
You just take him down with this, it'd be nice, but I doubt I'm going to have to do that.
Not yet.
I swear I'll get you yet.
Okay, so the Minotaur is down. Just careful against Theseus here, just try and get some healing up. Okay.
Oh, you
problem.
unwelcome pustule. I shall run you through.
That's nice though.
Lady Artemis, I beg you, guide my spear.
So this is sort of his second stage, where he can kind of summon the power of the gods to give him help and aid in the fights, which is really frustrating depending on which one he can get sometimes. This one isn't too bad because the attack's quite telegraphed, so you can dodge him fairly easily.
This is absurd.
And this should seal the deal. There we go. So this is the first defeat we have of the heroes.
Finally.
Theseus and the Minotaur.
Oh, I can't seem to open it.
And now we meet my favourite guy. One of the most favourite characters of mine entirety in this entire game is this shade here. Out of all the other shades, for no apparent reason, he supports me, and it's great.
I'll take the service exit, thanks.
Okay.
Bad time to be a little short of coin.
So I could gain that. Oh my god, okay, starting a bit earlier. We'll keep the gold here.
Never been this far. There.
Now, I could have changed my trinket for this bit, which I should have done. But to be honest, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference with what's coming up anyway.
Ground floor.
There we go. So first time we cleared Elysium on here.
Oh no, not this.
The multi-headed Cerberus stands vigilant before the underworld's entryway. The tales of what happens to those foolish enough to attempt to pass are far too graphic to describe.
Oh, but he's such a good boy.
So it's really come to this, boy. After everything we've been through. Well then, this is how it has to be. There's nothing left to say. Except for, on your guard. No, but seriously, boy. I know why you're here. There has to be a way to make you look the other way. What if I help you with the satyr problem? Would you let me go? Please. I have to find Persephone. My mother. You know what this means to me.
After a moment's hesitation and deliberation, the voracious hound of hell barks once, affirmatively toward the prince, who sets off in search of something that can sate the monster's appetites.
Good. Now I just need to head off the beaten path here and see what I can find.
So, here will pick up the extra HP, I think, because it's going to be
Pleasure doing
worthwhile.
business.
Might soon get some other stuff in a bit. But yeah, what I've got to do here is just basically get one particular item, and then he'll let you pass, which is always quite nice to have. But as you see, you choose which route you go down, so you could get anything. I'm going to take the sort of boss fight in the end with what hopefully I'll get is some HP. But yeah, this is what this run has devolved into. It's me hitting stuff repeatedly. It's not bad. As I said, you may just try and do what you can at the game. So you take what's given.
No chance.
Yeah, so if you do have some games that you guys think are sort of worth just looking into from just like how bad the game is, just like how sort of like cringe-worthy it is, things like, I'd love to hear it. I'm always looking there for just games have that sort of charm to them where they are literally just so bad that they are good. Okay. Just try and kill this off first because it's going to get on my nerves otherwise.
Poisoned.
So this is kind of the mechanic of like these areas is the poison damage. You have no real control over it. In essence, like certain enemies will just produce the poison on the ground, you can see around here, or they'll shoot you with it, at which point you get hit by it, you'll just slowly take health down until you reach one of these sort of like yellow fountains you can see around the map. That's good, now we've got his shield off, so this should be an easy win now.
Ugh, those things. Hope this can get me out of here.
So you can see that was sort of a dead end.
Passageways. Where to?
So we'll go for the next one, which in this case I'm going to take the boon route. So yeah, this is one of the enemies you can see here that I'm just kind of beating up on quite quickly, which is one that can produce the poison, which is the satyrs within this area. Essentially they just shoot you with a poison dart, which is really annoying. Like the creep on the floor you can kind of miss and avoid and work your way around it. If you just don't catch when one of those satyrs just happens to be shooting in your general direction, you get poisoned, and yeah, you then got to try and hunt to get around, which really just put your positioning off sometimes. So as I say, it's always best to try and kill them off as quickly as possible.
Satyr storage.
So yeah, this is when you get the end of it. Just get the boon here.
Zag, your uncle's passing through. Not Dad, the other one I mean. And he just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, so...
Aha! There you are, my little nephew. Dionysus showing you the ropes or what? You want a real feast, though? You just stick with me. I'll take my blessing. Go.
Oh, anyway, we're here, man, waiting up for you. We know you're gonna make it, I would say, eventually.
So you can see here, this is when you get a dual boon. So it can do basically more better things than the average one. So in this case, any boons you get are more potent, so they're just stronger. And obviously, as it's fine, doesn't power up any ones you already have. So in this case, I'm just going to take the dash deals hangover, which I think is just be more beneficial for me in the long run. Otherwise, I really would have picked that up. If you get that early on, I'll take the heal.
One Satyr sack coming right up.
And I got nothing to purchase, don't have any gold. So this now, we hand it to Cerberus.
Boy, I got your favorite treat. But you have to promise to let me pass if I hand it over, okay?
Terrifying Cerberus accepts the fetid sack and scans the darkened hall for where best to consume the stomach-turning contents.
I owe you one, boy.
Okay, so now we are on to the final bits of this run.
I did it. Wow. Oh, of course.
I never grew accustomed to the air up here. It gusts senselessly whichever way it pleases. I suppose you must prefer it to the stillness of the air below.
You know, you're right. The air up here seems pretty good so far. But I will reserve judgment till I've had my fill. I have to say, though, Father, the Helm of Darkness suits you. I'm touched you dust it off on my account.
It should not have had to come to this. For all your antics with me yet around the house, I always kept my temper, have I not? Unlike you.
Well, let's see. You've berated me repeatedly and often. You've lied to me, mustered your wretched forces to kill me over and over, but sure, I'll grant you that you've always kept most of your anger bottled up. All that's about to change, then?
We're gods, boy. Killing one another is our lot. Although I always thought I was above it. I told you that you cannot leave this place. It seems I must enforce my rules myself. I'm sending you home. Now.
No, you're going home, not me.
Okay. And we get to now fight Hades.
I suppose that you must hate the very sight of me. You'll understand then why I wear the Helm of Darkness. You brought this on yourself.
So what he does, he kind of puts those skulls around as a sort of small charge and circular attack you can see there. Those skulls, if they do hit their timer, have a kind of a small explosion onto the field, which will deal a good amount of damage as well. That what we might be able to do out of this is just kind of almost tank through it.
Darkness. Poseidon, you can do this, little Hades. Poseidon. You dare lash out against me like this, boy.
So here you can see he does summon some minions, which for me isn't that too bad.
Like you would know.
Darkness. I do, you idiot.
And having their family domestic in the middle of all these fights. But yeah, I'm going to try and focus on these skulls as much as I can. And again, if they kind of get on you, I think they do put a debuff where you kind of take more damage as well. Yeah, you can see there they do a debuff to me. And eventually it kind of wears off and then drops the skull anyway. Which can be a bit annoying, but
No problem whatsoever. Darkness.
calm down. So this is probably going to go off, so I ain't going to be able to reach it. So kind of see when that green goes right across the screen there.
Darkness. Poseidon, it's time to make a splash.
Okay.
Got you.
To have been brought this low by my own ungrateful child. I would expect such treatment from my brothers, but from you.
Nah, just a joke. We always got a second stage boss fight. Oh. Careful here.
Now this.
So now he does this sort of laser attack, which you can see so often. It's pretty annoying. Ah, we died on that one.
You mind your manners
Quite
once
dodge.
you return to my hall.
That is a bit of a shame there.
Damn you, Father. What news, Spirit?
Hey, you're back. Wait, what happened? My list says you got killed by a redacted? What's that even mean? I've never seen anything like this.
Don't want to talk about it.
That's one of my favourite jokes, that. Just killed by redacted.
Father's not back yet, huh? You keep an eye on Father for me, boy. Don't let him sour up everyone's mood.
Cerberus promises to do exactly that, in his own way.
Cerberus is a good boy.
I saw your father storm out of the house in his regalia, so he must have confronted you himself at last. I see that must have not gone well. You were so close.
Well, at least I know who will be waiting for me the next time I climb all the way to the Temple of Styx and manage my way out.
Don't lose heart, lad. I did not train your father, only you. He is a god, but he is just a god. If you'll forgive my bit of treason there.
Just a god. I finally made it to the surface, Nyx. Confronted Father there out in the cold. I couldn't make it past him, but I was so close.
Do not despair, as I told you before. With effort and with time, most any setback can be overcome. Even your father. You have come closer to your goal. Achieve it.
Effort and time.
How can I possibly accept such generosity, my child? Surely others whom you know are more deserving of such offerings.
Nonsense, Nyx. I want you to have it. You've always cared for me. I can't ever repay you for that. Hey, the lounge is open.
And here's one of my other favourite characters.
Oh, the prince himself. You want to talk to me? Me? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I just wanted to say the lounge looks wonderful, as good as new. Better. I hope it's not been too much trouble patching up.
I have to clean the rafters.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Ah, Deucer is so adorable.
A commemorative board adorns one of the stoic walls within the lounging area, celebrating and proclaiming the accomplishments of those who serve Lord Hades best of all.
Won't ever see my face up on that wall, I guess. Greetings, broker.
So here what we can do is kind of make some trades with sort of the other things we have to try and level up and get more sort of particular items throughout the game, which is always something to keep an eye on as well. So the main one is sort of the deals that you get down here. If you do get an excess, it's always quite something to get.
Hey, what's that you're drinking, Meg? Anything good?
Whatever it is, it's weak. Enough to be mistaken for your blood.
Ooh, sick burn.
Nice. Well, I'll just leave you to it then.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, let's give us some.
Hey, Meg. Look, I know you're just doing your job out there, and anyway, found this, thought of you and all that, so here.
I'll see to it this contraband is put away at once. Now, take your finder's fee and go about your business.
Thanks.
And we get the skull earring for that, which was quite nice.
Chef.
So, the chef here at the moment we can't do anything with, but it does come important a little bit later on. Just your extra bonuses.
Whoa,
That's what we
rather
do
fishy.
here. So what I do is get the fishing rod, because I think it's quite useful to pick up now.
I think we'll go with this. I positively cannot wait to see what sorts of foul creatures I'll dredge up with this.
And as we got 30, what I do is...
The ever-shifting chambers of the underworld ought to be a little livelier with this.
Wait, so I can change the keepsakes going through. And get the infernal treasure troves.
I'll have to keep an eye out for this next time out there.
Yeah. That is all that there. Just double check there's nothing else I can pick up at the moment. Yeah, we'll pick that up for the bed chambers as well.
A nice enough addition to my chambers.
So that will do is give us a way to kind of keep track of our runs as well on how far we're going through.
Should liven things a bit.
A beautifully decorated, subtly enchanted ball containing traces of the hapless prince's past attempts to flee the underworld now accents a particularly cluttered corner of his room.
Always wanted my own scrying pool.
As you can see here,
as it takes.
We've got 5 attempts so far with what we've done, and then how many foes we've slain as well, which was quite nice. And we'll
that definitely came to
here.
pass.
So you can see that we do get more keys that we collected, so we get a bit of a
Achilles'
reward.
Codex. I'm getting somewhere with it.
And let's just have a look what we can upgrade. So here, I'll take the extra boiling blood there, because it's something we can get.
What's going on, Skelly?
Pal, thanks again for that nectar bottle from before. Stuff just goes right through me like you won't believe. Though I hope you're not going around giving that stuff away to every bozo you know.
What, Skelly? You worry something bad is going to happen if I express a bit of generosity from time to time through our somewhat illicit gift-giving custom around here?
No, I'm worried you'll be wasting your time. If you give that stuff away, don't expect to get anything back. Well, not after the first time anyway. Usually. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up.
Maybe I just want to show thanks to my friends for its own sake.
Sure.
So you're just saying there that you'll get a gift the first time with every character that you use it on. And by the looks of it, we got the enchantment on the spear.
Let's see what's in here.
So we might as well unlock this for the next one.
Join my pursuit.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
So the spear here has basic sort of lunge attack, but it's just repeatable. And a charge attack that you saw there, which charges up to do that. You can also throw it and recall it as well, and the same sort of dash strike. So it's always quite useful.
New keepsake.
The skull earrings we got deal more damage while at less health, which, again, to be honest, I'm not sure how good this is in sort of long runs and things like that, but it may be something to go through and use as well. So next run, what I might end up doing is just picking up the bracer and upgrading that a little bit. But other than that, I do hope you appreciate these runs. If you do like them as well, do appreciate a like and subscribe.
I have no idea.
And we'll see you in the next one.